The following is a WGN TV sports presentation.
From Comiskey Park in down-home Chicago, WGN is proud to present Chicago White Sox baseball. Tonight it's the Sox versus the Seattle Mariners. And hi, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Comiskey Park. I'm Ken Harrelson with Tom Paciorek as the Sox get ready to take on the Mariners. In the concluding game of this three-game set, it will be the rubber match. Sox took the opener on Monday, 1-0. Greg Hibbert, a beautiful pitching performance out there. But then last night, Wimpy, it was the Mariners coming back in a shutout of their own, 6-0. But tonight, Alex Fernandez, who struggled in his first start.
Yeah, he really did, Hawk. Alex never really established that good fastball of his. You know, that's what got him to the big leagues from the University of Miami. He's that good fastball, 90-mile-an-hour plus, working it inside and outside, and then working on his other three pitches, the curveball, slider, and the changeup.
Well, the Sox offense has been sputtering just a little bit, scoring one time in the last two ball games, and Big Frank having a little rough go of it right now.
Yeah, Frank Thomas is 1 for 18 now as we speak. I think he got a little bit of a rut in Oakland. They start pitching him inside. Right now it looks like Frank, instead of that first move being in to protect that outside corner of the plate where he's so dangerous, he's pulling off a little bit, and he's not able to pull the trigger on a lot of pitches that he should be handling.
Well, tonight it'll be the right-hander Rich DeLucia for the Mariners and Alex Fernandez for the Sox, and Wimpy will be back with the rest of the starting lineups right after this. Reynolds will lead it off for the Mariners here in the top of the first inning against the 22-year-old right-hander Alex Fernandez. It'll be Reynolds, Edgar Martinez, and Ken Griffey Jr. Harrell 0 for 8 in this series. He is 0 for his last 11. Ventura, and on the grass at third is a fastball. Pours it over, and Wimpy, that is a big pitch, as you were talking about at the top, for Alex.
And he's got to throw that fastball inside, too, Hawk. That is a stipulation. The good pitches that Kirk McCaskill threw last night were fastballs inside to the left-handed hitters.
Ate him up right there off his foot. So the count quickly 0-2.
Yeah, Alex Fernandez, as we talked in the open, has got to establish his fastball in and out, up and down, and then work on the other pitches. He's got 4 good pitches, but he can't. His best one is the fastball, and he's got to get that thing over early. Throw strike one and then work on the other things.
And we'll give you the lineups as soon as Reynolds is dispensed with. The short change is just a little bit here. Started a little quick. No balls, 2 strikes to the 31-year-old switch-hitting second baseman. Outfield short, swung around to the left. Fastball off the outside corner. And the count 1-2. Matt Marullo giving the signs tonight. Good pitch, the fastball inside, and looks like he's trying to establish it in there, Wimpy.
Yeah, he's thrown probably as many good fastballs already as he did that entire outing at Oakland. He only went 3 2/3 innings. Kept trying to get people out with the breaking stuff and did not succeed.
Another heater. So the count hangs at 1-2. 347 down each line here at beautiful Comiskey Park. 375 in the gaps and 400 straightaway center field. Another very chilly night for baseball. Had some showers prior to the game. Neither team took batting practice. Little slider. Right field. Pasqua coming on. Cannot get there. Just a little duck snort by Harold Reynolds. And right now let's check out the Mariner lineup.
Top third features Harold Reynolds, Edgar Martinez, and Ken Griffey Jr. The middle third has Kevin Mitchell, the DH. Well, he's going to play left field. Pete O'Brien is the DH. Jay Buhner in right field. Tino Martinez will play first base. And Dave Valley follows him with Rich Amaral, who was just recently called up, will play at shortstop. Bell, Johnson, and Pasqua in the outfield for the White Sox. Ventura, Guillen, Saxon, Thomas around the horn. And the battery tonight of Alex Fernandez and Matt Marullo.
Here's Edgar Martinez, 29-year-old third stacker, good player. Ventura, even with a bag at third, has good fastball inside corner. Edgar 0 for 5 in this series. He is 1 for 7 lifetime against Alex. Reynolds 2 for 4 in stolen bases this year. Mariners have 6 as a club. Sox have 7. Decent lead by Reynolds. That's inside, and the count evens at 1 with Ken Griffey Jr. on deck. Rubber match, as we mentioned. Sox took the opener on Monday in the home opener 1-0. Outstanding performance by Greg Hibbert, the little bulldog, and an outstanding defensive performance by Robin Ventura. Triple by Big Frank Thomas, knocking in Ventura for the only run. And then last night it was the 22-year-old southpaw Dave Fleming out of the University of Georgia. And he was just brilliant for the Mariners.
Well, he made good use of his fastball. In and out, up and down. Then his other pitches were good.
Reynolds broke it down a little bit, and Alex will back it down. Outfield straight up for Edgar Martinez. There's a breaking ball, misses, and the count 2-1. Seattle hitting .241 as a club. They have a team ERA of 4.73. They were swept, of course, in that opening series with the Texas Rangers in 4 games. They came right back to sweep the Kansas City Royals in a 3-game set. Reynolds a decent lead once again. Alex doing the right thing, even though it may be taking a little while out there. Got to hold the ball on Reynolds and give him a good jump. And Matt Marullo, of course, does not throw as well as Karkovice. He does not go that fastball high inside. And the throw off to the foul side of first base. Been on the money, been close.
And if Frank Thomas turns the opposite way of the way he went right there, it would have been a little bit closer than what it was, too. Boy, he was in no man's land. Then Frank goes back inside. The only chance he had is to come around from foul territory. But the throw was off the mark.
This is where Edgar Martinez can become a very good fastball hitter on a 3-1 count, as this academic, that's ball 4. So the little duck snort base hit by Harold Reynolds, the walk to Martinez. Nobody out, and here comes Junior. Junior 3 for 5 in this series with a homer, and he's knocked in 3. See that mist starting to fall. Forecast is nothing really heavy in the area, just some light rain, light mist.
It's too cold to rain.
Oh boy, I'll tell you, it is nippy. But gets by Saxey. They don't get him. Not a real good reaction right there from Alex Fernandez.
I think he was shocked right there. He wasn't anticipating Ken Griffey Jr., their best player, bunting in that situation. Really wasn't that good of a bunt. If Alex is off with the crack of the bat, he may have been able to get that force play at third base and keep Griffey neutralized. But as it turns out, well, he looks like he's bunting for a base hit, and the fastball is up and in. And Alex, you could see, not that far away from him. Sachs having the bare hand, and Griffey gets down the line very well. So bases loaded, nobody out for Kevin Mitchell.
Playing left field tonight. 1 for 7 in this series, hitting at .206. Mitchell 2 for his last 19. Pitch low and away and a count 1-0. So the Sox full of Mariners. Reynolds at third. Martinez at second. Griffey at first. Nice breaking pitch from Alex, and the count evens at 1. Outfield swung slightly to the right. Fastball low and away, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Checking out our men in blue tonight behind the plate, the crew chief Rich Garcia, Dan Morrison at first, Big Tim Welke at second, and Dale Scott over at third. It always looks harder on television.
Right. I'm glad it's them out there and not us, because it is a chilly night, and when it rains, that is an awful cold feeling right there for everybody on the field. Those umpires never get a break from the action. They're always out there. You look at Mitchell, he's right on top of the plate. He's got those arms over the inside corner. He wants the ball inside, or he has throughout his career.
That pitch low, and the count 3-1. Well, any strong right-handed hitter that's facing a right-handed pitcher who stands close to the plate definitely wants the ball in.
Kevin Mitchell has hit as many as 47 home runs in a season. That was with San Francisco in 1989. He drove in 125. The only year in his career that he has driven in 100 or more.
Well, he's had some good pitches to hit in this series in the first 2 games. Just hadn't hit them hard. Right now he's 3-1. Cues this one foul. Like last night in one at bat, he had 2 hangers. Fouled them both off, and not good swings at them.
No, he hasn't taken a good swing this series. Of course, that could be the kiss of death right now. 3-2 pitch coming up, bases loaded, nobody out. Look at that, 1 homer every 17 at bats throughout his career. So he is definitely a power threat. And he played most of his career in San Francisco, which is not a home run hitter's ballpark.
Nobody out, the payoff pitch. Fastball, inner half. Got to be looking for it. 3-2. Bases loaded, got it, and fouled it off to the right side. There's an indication.
Well, he hasn't. He's been a good fastball hitter throughout his career, but he has had a lot of fastballs in this series, has yet to get to one, has not gotten the head of the bat out in front of home plate to make that good solid contact.
Yeah, there's when you expect a guy like Mitchell, as strong as he is, if he's going to hit it foul, you expect him to tear a seat out down the third baseline.
Right.
Once again, the 3-2 delivery. Chases ball 4. He'll grab some bench and a big out.
That looks like a hanging slider at first look. So he said he's having a tough time getting to anything. Looked like the only pitch he can handle is maybe something downstairs. There's a pitch belt high. That pitch was screaming, hit me, and Mitchell just not able to get to it. He's really pulling out. You can see that front hip opening up early, which took the shoulder and the head right out of it. He was not on that pitch at all.
So here's Pete O'Brien. O'Brien 1 for 4 last night, but it left the park. Takes that fastball inside. Pete 1 for 5 lifetime against Alex. He already has hit 3 homers this season, knocked in 5. Outfield swung well around to the right.
Well, double play would be nice. O'Brien hits a lot of ground balls to the second baseman.
Jammed him, popped him up infield. The infield fly rule in effect. Saxey is there, makes the catch, and a nice pitch from Alex. Ate him up with a heater inside.
Well, we said yesterday when McCaskill made good pitches, they were inside to the left-handed hitters and up. Right there, little cut action right there on the pitch by Alex Fernandez. Got in on the hands of Pete O'Brien. He's not able to do anything with it. Watch it. The ball's already in on him. past him. He couldn't get his arms extended at all, or he didn't get them extended. And there you see the end result, the jam shot. Easy play for Sachs, and now there's 2 down.
Well, if he extends his arms right there and hits it, it's going to be in the Mariner dugout.
That's right. Well, and better that than what he wound up doing.
Here's where Alex cannot let down, though. He just gets rid of the tough left-handed hitter, and here's Jay Buhner. Buhner 0 for 8 in this series, but he's dangerous. He has had some good hikes.
Yeah.
Good fastball, misses, and the count 1-0.
You know, I always pictured Buhner as a dead low ball hitter. Couldn't hit anything above his belt, but I saw him at a home run yesterday, last year at Yankee Stadium in the upper tank. He tomahawked that thing, was about helmet high. Do you remember that scene?
I've seen him hit a lot of high fastballs out of the ballpark.
No, if I was going to pitch him, that's where I'd go, upstairs.
Just off the corner in the count, 2-0.
Or at the knees on the outside corner. In the
up and in, low and away?
Yeah, yeah.
Think that'll get him, Wimpy?
That'll get most guys, as you see.
I'll tell you what, the up and in will. I don't know about the down and away. We were watching the highlights before the game of a base hit by Joe Carter. He hit a curveball of one of the Yankee pitchers that looked like it was in the dirt about a half a foot outside, hard in the center field for a base hit.
Joe Carter is the epitome of what a great breaking ball hitter looks like. I mean, you throw anything up there that's spinning, and he's going to rake it hard someplace, which tells you that there's got to be an opening inside with the fastball, because he just can't cover 6-8 inches outside.
No chance.
At the ankles, and then still handle something up and in.
No chance. You can't hit that slider or curveball low and away and hit the fastball in.
You belong in a different league if you can.
Wilson Alvarez loosening up as a count 2-0 to Buhner. 3 balls, no strikes. Forces in Reynolds, and the Mariners take a 1-0 lead. .30
fastball. Looked like Alex may have choked it a bit. It's down. Like a tad inside right there. Well, if you're not around the plate, you can't expect the umpires to give you a borderline pitch in the situation. So with 2 walks, Mariners take the lead 1-0.
Tino Martinez, 24-year-old first baseman, takes a strike. Tino 1 for 3 in this series. He has faced Alex 5 times in the big leagues. He's 2 for 5. A miss coming down. It's a light rain. Curveball. Low in the count, 1-1. A ball, a strike, 2 out here in the top of the first.
Well, the few at-bats that we have seen Tino Martinez, he likes the ball down, and he's a good off-speed hitter, as most college hitters are coming to the big leagues. You got to throw him inside with the fastball.
He's tardy on that heater, and the count moves to 1-2. These two clubs met 13 times last year. Sox held a slim 7-6 edge. Mariners, for the first time in their history, finished above 500 with a record of 83-79. 1-2. Little looper in the left field. George Bell is there, makes a catch, and that'll retire the side. So Alex gets out of it relatively unscathed with just 1 run. After half inning of play, it's the Mariners 1 and the Sox coming to bat.
One nothing Mariners, and let's take a look at the White Sox lineup given by skipper Gene Lamont. Leading off and DHing tonight is Tim Raines. Steve Sachs bats second. He'll play second. Robin Ventura in his customary third spot in the lineup at third base. Big Frank Thomas is the cleanup man at first. George Bell in left field will bat fifth. He'll be followed by right fielder Danny Pasqua. Matt Marula drawing the catching assignment tonight hits seventh. Lance Johnson will play center field and bat eighth. And Ozzie Guillen brings up the rear at shortstop. Defensively, Mitchell, Griffey, and Buhner in the outfield for the Mariners. Edgar Martinez, Amaral, Reynolds, and Tino Martinez around the horn. And the battery tonight of Rich DeLucia and Dave Valley. Yes, DeLucia last year, 12-13, 5.09 earned run average. 32 games. He has started 31 of them. In his first start, he beat the Rangers 4 1/3 innings. He gave up 9 hits and 3 runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. I think that was Kansas City he beat because the Rangers swept him.
It was Kansas City. He won their first game of the season. So the 27-year-old right-hander out of Wyomissing, Pennsylvania, will tee it up against Tim Raines. It'll be Raines, Saxon, Ventura.
And why do we like him? He works fast.
First pitch fastball hit high into left field. Kevin Mitchell back. He misplays it. There's Raines now. Will hold at second with a double.
Well, a couple of things right here. Kevin Mitchell didn't get a chance to go out there early today and take some fly balls. This ball just takes off. A wind current. There's many of them here in New Comiskey Park. Swirling winds. This one carries over his head. He's drifting on this ball. Look at it. It's over his right shoulder. He had no chance. He wasn't even in the area. That was one thing wrong with that play. The second thing, Tim Raines should be at third base with his speed. Good hustle by Ken Griffey Jr. to retrieve that ball.
Well, I think Timmy could have possibly gone to third, but he wanted to make sure that he did not, as you say so often, Wimpy, in the first out of the last out of the inning, you don't want to get thrown out at third base. As Steve Sachs steps in, fouls the attempted bunt off.
Yeah, but if he's running from the get-go right there, with Tim Raines type speed, he's standing up at third.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
Not.
That ball had a lot of hang time.
Kevin Mitchell didn't think so.
Not enough for Kevin, right? Well, let's see if we can manufacture this run and get back to a tie situation.
Saxy, 1 for 8 in the series. There's a bunt. It's a good one. Here comes Edgar Martinez underneath the throw over to Tino Martinez. So the sacrifice by 3. Good bunt by Sachs.
You know, I just love it when the opposing pitcher helps our guys too in bunt situations by throwing him a curveball. Right there, the easiest pitch in the world to bunt is a curveball because you take all the speed off of it. The high fastball is the pitch you want to throw in a bunt situation. It makes it that much tougher for the hitter to get on top of the ball and get it down. So a good job by Sachs. That's a sacrifice. And let's see if Robin Ventura can drive him in with the infield in.
There you see Robin, no homers and 3 RBIs on the season. Robin 2 for 6 in this series. Off the end of the bat. Contact play is on. Here comes Raines. And they don't get him. Lane Score Sox are tied at 1.
Let's take a look at a replay. Fastball tailing away. Robin hits it off the end of the bat. Not hit hard. Amaral charges the ball like an outfielder and makes a pretty decent throw. And let's see. Valley with the swipe tag, and he does not get it there. Tim Raines was flying down the line right here. Anybody else has got to be out. But a good slide by Timmy, as you can see. Fortunately, Valley did not take away the whole plate from him.
And look at the position that Rich Garcia was in. He was in perfect position to make the call.
Good play, good hustle by Raines, and a tie ball game.
The key right there also is he had a good lead down there at third base. Boy, if you just get a decent lead in that situation, he's not going to score. He had a good lead, and he was gone at the crack of the bat. So the Rock ties it up at 1, and here's the big hurt. Big Frank Thomas hitting at .222. He's 1 for 7 in this series. But that was a big one, a triple in the first game as the Sox took it 1-0.
I like the contact play there too, Hawk, even with the infield in.
Oh, with the speed of Tim Raines, you got you got to go.
Oh, with 1 out. Of course, with nobody out, you don't want to try it.
1 out. Raines at third. Got to have it on. Outfield straight up. It's on the inside corner. And our picks to click. There you see. I took Robin. Wimpy took Pasqua. And Skip Ellison, our producer director, in the truck took George Bell.
I was wondering who that guy Truck was. Yeah. Well, okay. The reason we took Pasqua is because he matches up solid against DeLucia. Isn't that right, Hawk?
That's the reason you took him. He does. Rich DeLucia has got to keep the ball down. And Danny, an outstanding low ball hitter, as Deacon is Warren Newsom. That's low in the count, 2-1. Run on 2 hits for the Mariners, a run on 1 hit for the Sox. DeLucia wants a fastball in. Missed out over the plate with it. Got away with a pitch that Big Frank normally just hammers.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it in the pregame. Frank is just 1 for 18. When he gets his pitch in the last few ball games, he's following it back, and then the pitchers make those quality pitches on him. And Frank Thomas is one of the better good pitch hitters in the league, but he hasn't been able to do that in the last few ball games.
2-2, another fastball inside. So the count goes full with 1 out. George Bell on deck.
And let's see if Robin Ventura is running here. He should be. 3-2 with 1 out.
There goes Robin. That fastball fouled out of play right side. There's George with the old hot water bottle trick.
Does that work?
We used to sit on them. It's good for the bottom side.
Right. They didn't make one big enough for me, so.
You'd have to have one of those rafts. There goes Robin. That's fouled out of play right side. One of those things that go down the Colorado River.
I hear that. The full figure boys. They just don't make things for us. Cecil.
Kevin. Throwing him 2 straight fastballs here on the 3-2. Got him. Fastball. Strike him out. And to throw him out. But the Sox tied up with a run on a hit. And after 1, tied at 1. That's a story here in the top of the 2nd. Run on 2 hits for the M's and a run on 1 hit for the Sox.
And don't miss the exciting 2-game series between the Yankees and the White Sox, April 21st and 22nd. Tickets are still available through Ticketmaster. Call 312-831-1-SOX. Alex in the first inning, if you joined us late, had the bases loaded, nobody out. Struck out Kevin Mitchell. Got Pete O'Brien to pop up infield fly rule. But then he walked Jay Buhner with the bases loaded for the Mariners' only run. So Alex really got out of that inning very lightly. Yeah, he did. Those 2 walks really were his downfall. And while we have a moment, a couple of get well wishes for Frances Pinsky, Jay Pinsky's mom. Get well, and Henry Kaplan, who's the mother of our good buddy Howard. So please get well and come on out to the ballpark. Yes. Here's Dave Valley hitting at .292. Drinks at Swanee's are going up. Oh boy. Swanee's in Seattle. Their drinks are priced according to what Dave Valley's batting average is. So that's one of the funniest promotions. That fastball inside I've ever heard of. Yeah. Boy, last year, old Swanee must have lost a lot of money. Yeah. Swanee was a left-handed catcher, so you got to understand where he's coming from. Left-handed catcher. Yeah. You mean left-handed thinking catcher? Well, both. That fastball popped up over the Mariners dugout about 3 rows back. Yeah, you know, I'll tell you, Dave Valley against the Sox, though, certainly did not swing the bat according to his season's average. No,
he hit the ball hard against us.
Yeah, he hit it a lot at people. Of course, he only hit 194, so he was on that interstate all year. 8 home runs, 32 runs batted in, but he had his hands down so low, and he never could get his hands back up, and you could jam him unmercifully with the fastball. Now I'm looking at him now, and he's got his hands up in a little better hitting area upstairs where he doesn't have to move so much to get to the zone.
1-1 pitch. Left side, Robin on the short hop. Nice play by Ventura. And there's one gone. Robin Ventura, last year's Gold Glove winner at third base. And if you miss the home opener here on Monday, you really missed something. He was absolutely sensational.
Yeah, he made 4 great plays.
Just like Brooks Robinson.
Yeah.
Here's Rich Amaral. Is called up. Omar Vizquel, the regular shortstop for the Mariners, on the disabled list. There you see last year what he did at Calgary. Amaral, former Sox farmhand, takes a fastball on the outside corner. Out of Visalia, California.
Good hitters park.
Oh, nice town.
Yeah.
Visalia, California State League. Visalia in the San Joaquin Valley. I played there my second year. A lot of fun. 21 the count. And of course the home of former outstanding touring professional Jerry Hurd. Gas upstairs in the count 1-2. Talking about Ventura's defensive play on opening day. There you see he had 7 assists. And Wimpy mentioned 4 of them were just outstanding plays.
Greg Hibbard's best friend, you know, that changeup of his, they're going to pull it every once in a while. You got to have a good left side of the infield.
Fastball, had a little giddy up on that one, missed upstairs in the count 2-2. A very slight miss, just falling now. Ooh. The low in the count goes full. Now feel around to the right. He's gone. 2 out. Second strikeout for Fernandez, and that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Harold Reynolds. A couple of finals in the American League. The Tigers hammered the Tribe 13-4. Rob Deere, a couple of home runs in that ball game. I believe now that is 5 for Rob. He's off to a good start. Toronto beat the Yankees 7-6 up at Sky Dome. Baltimore at Boston postponed due to bad weather. Here's Harrell. That little duck snort. Alex hit him on the fist with a slider, flipped it out into right center field. One final in the National League, the Giants and Bill Swift, who came over from the Mariners for Kevin Mitchell along with a couple of other pitchers, as that fastball foul back. Picked up his 3rd victory as they beat the Padres 6-1.
Yeah, Billy Swift, Mike Burba, and
Dave Burba.
Dave Burba and Michael Jackson. That's right. And that threesome is pitching very well for San Francisco, especially Billy Swift. He was a reliever last year, had good numbers.
Curveball low in the count 2-1. Yeah, I believe Swift worked less than 100 innings last year for the Mariners. All of a sudden you pop him in that starting rotation. It's going to be interesting to see how many innings he's going to work.
Yeah, well, I faced Billy Swift. He's got a great sinker, that heavy ball that can bore in on your hands. Right-handed hitters don't like him. There's a foul ball, and he also has a good slider and a changeup. Now, when a guy goes from relief to starting, Hawk, you know, he's able to use all of his pitches. And in relief, he really doesn't have that luxury most of the time when he comes into a ball game. Usually there's somebody on base, and he can't really experiment in those situations.
Well, he used his pitches well against the Sox last year. He was tough.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't ever recall Billy Swift, but maybe once or twice in action when he was not very effective.
Yeah.
Ball hit hard in right field, right at Pascal. Hammers there, makes the catch, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Alex after an inning and a half. tied at 1. Yeah. 1-1 tie here in the bottom of the second inning.
And tomorrow night on Channel 9, would you know what to do if a tornado touched down near your home? Join Tom Skilling to see how tornadoes are predicted and how you can protect yourself. This Emmy Award-winning special features all new dramatic footage. It sounded like a freight train. Tomorrow night at 7 on Channel 9.
Mitch Garcia conferring with Big Tim Welke at second. Run on 2 hits for the Mariners, run on 1 hit for the Sox. It'll be Bell, Pasqua, and Marullo to face the right-hander Rich DeLucia. Crew chief Rich Garcia. He's a good one. You know, we got a few letters here from people still inquiring about the black diamond that the Sox are wearing on their sleeve. There it is right there on the left sleeve. Well, that's in memory of Maureen Schuler, who last year died from cancer. As Bell steps in, takes a strike, and also Sherry Berto. Sherry died from undiagnosed internal bleeding while a patient at Lutheran General Hospital. So that black diamond is being worn in memory of Maureen and Sherry. That's out of play right side. Bell 2 for 8 in this series. George, couple of homers, 4 RBIs on the season. Outfield playing him the pull. Fastball out of play.
Rich DeLucia will feature the 4 basic pitches. A fastball, it'll sink to a right-handed hitter. It'll come in on his hands. He'll also throw the slider, curveball, and a changeup. He's not overpowering. 6-footer, 180 pounds, but he can move the ball around. Very capable.
Little looper, get down. Here comes Junior. No, he won't get there. So a little duck snort by Bell to lead things off here in the second.
I'll tell you, that's a funny looking hit, but that's a great job of 2-strike hitting right there by George Bell. That's a nasty curveball out of the strike zone. George just protecting the plate. Look at it. A downer. Stayed in there. His fanny was out of the zone, but his hand stayed back. He double clutched right there, and you can see the contact. Almost one-armed it out to center field. So he gets himself a base hit on an 0-2 pitch, and that'll bring up Danny Pasqua.
Danny 1 for 1 in this series. Pasqua hitting at .313 on the season with a homer, and he's knocked in 6. Outfield bunched, swung around to the right. Takes that sinker, blowing away. One tie here in the second. Just a short lead by Bell. Fastball off the plate. It's 2-0. There you see he's done some damage against Seattle in his career. 301 lifetime hitter, 14 homers, and he's knocked in 38. Danny in good shape with a 2-0 count. 3-0. Marullo on deck. DeLucia 1-2 last year against the Sox. He is 1-3 lifetime. That's ball 4. So here comes Matthew.
Well, the base on balls hurt DeLucia in his first start. He walked 4 in 5 1/3 innings. He was able to pick up a victory but he gave up 3 earned runs in the process with 9 hits. So he must have been a magician out there just giving up the 3 runs. A lot of base runners, 13 base runners to give up that in that short a period of time.
There you see Matt 2 for 5. Martinez at the cut of the grass at third. Good hack right there by Marullo.
Well, you get the ball up and out over the plate, or down and out over the plate too for Marullo, and he's going to take a good swing at it. Where Matt has gone into trouble is sometimes he dives out there a little bit too much. He once told me he was trying to hit the ball with he felt sometimes like he was trying to hit the ball with his forehead.
His what?
Well, when he keeps that upper body over his bottom half, I'd say Matt Marullo is a dangerous hitter.
His forehead. I've never heard anybody.
He did. That's when he was getting jammed a little bit. There's curveball, misses outside.
DeLucia trying to backdoor him in the count 1-1. I've heard a guy was trying to hit it with their, felt like they were trying to hit it with their hands or their forearms, but never the forehead.
Yep. That's just what he told me.
Now feel around to the right. Sinker misses, and the count 2 balls and a strike.
And Marullo, one of the very few guys on a night like tonight that is not using batting gloves. Would you ever think about going to the plate without batting gloves? Because you're the guy who started it all.
Now, I'll tell you, especially on a night like tonight, I don't want to lose any fingernails as you didn't.
Oh, no. I'd wear boxing gloves if they'd let me.
That ball hit hard into center field. Junior going back. Now George tagging. Junior makes the catch over the shoulder.
He's throws
in. Nobody is there. And now Bell's going to come. He'll score with Pasqua in the second. Sox lead at 2-1. Yeah.
Well, this is weird. I don't think I've ever seen a center fielder try and throw the ball from the center field wall to first base to double somebody up. There's a fastball out over the plate, and you can see how dangerous Marullo is in that zone. Okay, this swirling wind is really carrying this ball. Griffey, now it's going over his right shoulder, and he just does make the play. And I don't know if he mixed up with his cutoff people, but he just didn't throw this ball anywhere near anyone. That thing was almost in the first base dugout. George Bell able to score on the error. Pasqua in the second. With 1 out, it's 2-1 Sox. Look at the throw.
Here's Lance. Takes it low. Lance hitting .323 on the season. Nobody in the area at first base. Tino Martinez was over towards the middle of the diamond right there. Right there. You really don't need a cutoff man. Bell's not going to score from second base on that. That pitch fouled out of play. No, I think Griffey knew exactly where he was throwing. He didn't see there was nobody at first base. But still, he's not going to double up Pasqua, even though Danny was all the way down there. But we're overlooking a beautiful catch by a junior.
Right. Well, he's terrific out there. I'll tell you, that swirling wind out here, you just never know what the ball's going to do. Lance Johnson plays here 81 games a year, and he still doesn't know what it's going to do. So you come in here for a 3-game series, it is awfully tough. Actually, you want to throw that ball to second base is where you want to go.
Curveball beats that one foul. Yeah, you're not going to double up Pasqua but first. No
way.
Chance.
No. And the first baseman's in the middle of the diamond, looking for any sort of cutoff because he anticipates the throw being made to second base to keep a double play situation in order to prevent the guy from going to first to second. You know Bell's going to get to third.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. Jammed him, popped him up left side. Martinez over by the Sox dugout has a play and makes it. So a gift run thus far for the Sox, and that'll bring up Ozzie. Ozzie 1 for 6 in this series. Ozzie with the worst looking helmet. He got a lot of paint and pine tar on the top of that thing.
This side of George Brett. Yeah, Ozzie says, well, whenever he wants to grab some pine tar,
exactly.
It goes to his head.
Exactly. A lot of guys do that. That curveball outside. Yeah, a lot of guys will put pine tar on their helmet. And then when you just reach up and grab it, if it's coming off your bat a little bit, you get a whole new supply. There's Pasqua at second. Fastball.
DeLucia has a little bit more than I think people realize. He's not a real big guy, as we mentioned, but he has popped that fastball upstairs a bit. I'm sure that's the book on the White Sox hitters. You want to throw them the fastball up. As a rule, they're a low ball hitting team.
That's hit into the right center field gap. Nobody's going to get this one. Here comes Pasqua. He scores. Ozzie on his way to second. He will get there. Sox lead at 3-1. Yes.
That's Ozzie Guillen's 4th double of the season. He nailed it right in that gap. No one is in the area. So Ozzie now with 6 runs batted in so far on this young season. Take a look at it. Ozzie Guillen's a good breaking ball hitter. Good off-speed hitter. He waits back. His hands are back. You can see it right here. He gets out there a little bit early, but you can see the contact out in front of home plate. He drives most of the time when he's driving the ball. It's with an off-speed pitch. Into the gap, 3-1 Sox.
Here's Raines. He started this thing off last inning with a high wind-blown double over the head of Kevin Mitchell. Had a little trouble surrounding it. There's a fastball. Amaral, even though he's only 1-3 against the Sox, has really pitched some solid baseball at times. He's been very aggressive. He's not afraid out there. He'll come right at you.
Yeah, it surprises me that he had a 5-point earned run average last year. What we saw of him, we certainly liked. Very aggressive. I think when he got rocked real bad.
Another heater. Timmy, for the most part, jamming himself right there. And the count 0-2 with Sox on deck. 3-3-0 for the Sox. 1-2-1 for the Mariners. Got him with a curveball, and that'll retire the side. But 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 error, 1 left. After 2, 3-1 Sox.
Advertiser in White Sox baseball is Dodge and the good guys at your local Dodge dealership.
It's 3-1 Sox as we head to the top half of the 3rd inning here at beautiful new Comiskey Park. And a reminder for a free brochure on this summer's Chicago White Sox youth baseball camps for children ages 7 through 15. Call this number, 1-800-666-1002.
Some of the crowd fighting the inclement weather. It is cold. It has been raining for the most part all day, and my partner, the Whimperoo, played a little golf this morning, didn't
I? Well, I played a lot of golf because I got to hit it a lot. And we want to give a special hello to all the people at Cog Hill in Lamont, Illinois. Dub's Ted, our good buddy, and the new head pro over there, Jeff Rimsnyder. I got that right.
Edgar Martinez takes a strike. Nice bunch of people.
Oh, aren't they
that's
great?
Where they hold the Western Open, one of the great golf courses in the country. I can't believe you played this morning, though.
Yeah, I did. We sloshed our way through there.
0-1 pitch. Up high, 1-1. Right now, let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Along with the Whimperoo, Tom Paciorek, this is Ken Harrelson from Comiskey Park. High fly ball in the left field. George Bell is there. And there's one gone.
George thought it was tough catching fly balls at Wrigley last year. He hadn't been here.
One out, and here's the center fielder, Junior. Had a bunt single in the 1st inning. Curveball. And a little clipping in the newspaper today. Former New Orleans Saints wide receiver Danny Abramowitz and former major leaguers Joe Niekro and somebody else are the latest inductees into the National Polish All-American Sports Hall of Fame. That's sinker low. They will be honored June 11th in Detroit. And the museum is in Orchard Lake, Michigan. Danny Abramowitz, Joe Niekro, and yes, the Whimperoo, my partner Tom Pachori.
It's fun being Polish.
High into center field. One dog's there. Lance makes the catch. 2 out. There's my partner, the Whimperoo.
Thanks.
Yash. Congratulations, Wimpy. That's terrific.
Thank you, Hawkins. It's an honor. I'm really
that gum right it is.
Great honor.
Kevin Mitchell. He struck out with the bases loaded in the first inning. One hopper off the glove of Alex. Deflected over to Ozzie. On to first, and that'll do it. 1-6-3, a 1-2-3 inning for Fernandez, and after 2.5, 3-1 Sox. That's the story here in the bottom of the third inning. Steve Sachs will lead it off. Sox on top 3-1. Sachs, he had a sacrifice bunt his first trip. Takes a sinker strike on the outside corner. Been working Saxey over pretty good. Moving the ball around on him. That curveball outside in the count 1-1. So they start him off with a sinker, come back with a hook. Key is that first ball strike, though, Wimpy. Opens up a lot of area, doesn't it?
Well, it allows you to make full use of your other pitches, as you talk about so often. It becomes that number 2 pitch becomes that much more effective. Look out.
Fastball inside. Well, it does. When you're on top in the count, then at that point you can take your second best pitch and then conceivably make it an out pitch, because as we talk about so often, if you've got to go with your best pitch being your out pitch all the time, chances are you're not going to be successful as much as you should be.
Yeah, that's right. You can
put too much pressure on it.
Yeah, you go to the well just too many times.
That sinker outside, and the count 3-1. So Saxey giving him an eyeball here.
I'll tell you one thing, DeLucia does not throw anything that's straight. He's got good movement on his fastball. Slider, curveball. Really haven't seen a whole lot of changeups from him tonight.
3-1. Fastball drilled in the left field. Boy, he turned that one around.
Well, you say it so many times, when you can sit on that fastball 3-1. I don't care how good it is. You know it's coming. You can really get the head of the bat out. And that's what Saxey did right there. Just a bullet in the left field. Look at that, right down the middle. Look at the head down on contact. I know Walt Riniak loves this swing. Watch it, short and compact. You see that contact out in front of home plate. The back heel comes off the ground. Good job.
Here's Robin. Yeah, that 3-1 count will take a lot of decent fastball hitters and make them outstanding fastball hitters. Robin takes a sinker low. Robin drove in the first run. Raines was on third, 1 out, infield in, contact play on, hit a ball to the shortstop, and Raines just flat beat it. Now field around to the left. Robin jammed himself right there, pops it up. Rich Amaral at short. And there's one gone.
And the White Sox and the Sun-Times are teaming up for the 2nd annual Grand Slam Geography and Math program. You can call the Chicago Sun-Times School Services Department at 312-321-3161 for more information.
Here's Big Frank. Thomas struck out in the first inning. Curveball on the inside corner.
That was not a good curveball either.
Boy, they've been pounding him inside.
Yeah, getting him almost flinching at the plate.
If you get somebody looking inside, you can get away with a bad curveball or a bad breaking pitch. Comes in there, misses with the fastball, and the count 1-1.
Well, Frank Thomas made a living last year hitting good pitchers' pitches down and out over the plate. He just blistered them. A lot of line drives up the middle. Great shots into the gaps in left center to right center field. They're trying something different this year. They're going to try and get inside on him.
Now hitting is a series of constant adjustments. Breaking ball, a little quick on that one. Another good pitch to hit. Started him off with just a rolling curveball. Missed with a fastball inside. Now look at this breaking pitch, Wimpy.
Take a look. That is screaming, hit me, hit me. Just out there a little bit too quick. That front shoulder opening up, and that slows up his hands. So he's out there early. And if he would have hit that pitch, he really wasn't going to do a whole lot with it anyway, with that approach. He'll get it, though.
Yep.
You know.
If that's the only problem we got, we'll be in good shape.
Well, I'm sure that Frank has not gone 1 for 18 or now 1 for 19 at any point in his short major league career.
Richie Garcia rings him up.
Third strikeout for DeLucia. Second time Frank Thomas has been called out on the fastball.
That ball's inside right there.
Yeah, or it appeared to be low, too.
That ball's inside. But there were some comments in the paper this morning. Frank was talking about some of the umpires, and one thing about it, they got memories like elephants.
Yes.
Here's George. Pitch out, and DeLucia almost threw a strike with it.
You ever wonder if a hitter swung at a pitch like that when a catcher put the glove? It was almost in the strike zone. He could almost hit his glove out in the outfield.
Sachs decent lead at first. That's high and deep in the left center field. Junior goes back, looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah. A two-run homer for George Bell, and it's a 5-1 Sox lead.
And there you see it, George, with his third home run. 6 runs batted in now. Hey, this pitch is up and in. And George just got a little bit quick. Dialed it up a notch. Similar to that home run he hit off Goose Gossage in Oakland last weekend. Check it out right here on the replay. It's upstairs, kind of tailing in. It had a pretty good piece of the plate, but watch George's approach. Boy, see those hands get above the ball right there? That's how you hit the high fastball.
He's a good high fastball hitter. He's hit a few out in his day.
Whew.
Here's Danny Pasqua. Took the curveball high. Beats this one right side on the sinker. Harold Reynolds picks it up, throws it away at first base into the Mariner dugout. Bounces off the Gatorade can, so Pasqua into second. That'll be an error on Harold Reynolds.
Harold Reynolds has been very reliable at second base. Well, he's made a lot of spectacular plays over the years for the Mariners. He just kind of botches this routine one. I know it's cold. There's a sinker. Pasqua tries to pull it. And as you can see, he's in good position to make the throw, and it's just way up the line. Tino Martinez didn't really help him out either. He could have come off the base and maybe come back and tagged it, but he stayed right on it. Here's Matt Marullo.
Chops this one right side. Martinez on the second hop as DeLucia covers, and it'll do it. But the two-run homer by George Bell, and after 3, Sox lead at 5-1. 5-1 Sox here in the top of the 4th inning. George Bell's two-run homer. Steve Sachs led off that inning with a bullet single in the left field. And with 2 out, George took Rich DeLucia way out of here in the left center. Clark said, wait a minute now, Rock. They got the camera on us. Pete O'Brien will lead it off. It'll be O'Brien. Well, check that. Cochran. Dave Cochran hitting for Pete O'Brien. O'Brien popped up his first at bat in the 1st inning. Fastball high off the plate.
Something must be ailing O'Brien. He got tied up on an inside fastball, but Pete did hit a home run last night, so have to check and see if he's hurt or how bad.
There's high gas. Can't get up on it. 1-1 to Cochran. Yeah, Pete swinging the bat well. His 3rd homer of the season, short season last evening. Change, good one by Alex. The first change he's thrown in the game.
I love that changeup. I'll tell you, you can take those split finger pitches and cram them as far as I'm concerned. I love that changeup, fastball changeup. If you can do that, you can get those hitters out on their front foot, and your fastball is going to pick up some extra mileage in the eye of the hitter.
That's hit hard and deep to right field. Pass go back. It's off the bottom of the fence. So a leadoff double by Dave Cochran.
His second double. He was not fooled by that pitch. I thought it was another changeup at first.
Looked like another change.
Yeah, he tried to back that changeup up, and he didn't get it in the same spot. Cochran reacting very nicely here. Yeah, oh, that is right down Broadway. That is in his joy spot. Did not get it down enough and away enough, and Cochran rips it, as you can see, off the right field wall over Danny Pasqua's head. So the leadoff man on for the Mariners.
Jay Buhner, who walked with the bases loaded in the 1st inning, takes it outside. Certainly the split finger pitch has its place. There's no doubt. There's too many guys having good success with it. But Wimpy, that's just off the plate, and the count 2-0. Alex wanted that one. But if I had to rate the pitches in baseball, it'd be the same thing as they've been for the last 100 years, probably. Still the best pitch in the game is a fastball.
Yes.
I think the next best pitch in the game is the change. And the curve is a vanishing pitch. It's a vanishing breed. Cues this one out in front of the plate. Alex, ball spins away from him. Cannot recover. That'll be an error on Fernandez.
Well, look, this looked like a Willie Mosconi shot off the end of the bat of Jay Buhner. Take a look at it. Alex, not the best fielder in the world, but this ball, watch it right here. It just plugs, and then it takes a right turn, tries to pick it up with his glove, and then he just really botches it at the end. A little slippery and probably a little bit wet when he eventually picked it up.
So runners at 1st and 2nd, nobody out. And here's the first baseman, Tino Martinez. Tino fly to George Bell in left to end the 1st inning. Fastball up and in. You know, getting back to the pitches, though, if you can spot the fastball, you can have very, very mediocre breaking stuff and still win in the big leagues, as long as you've got a decent change to go along with it.
Oh, Andy Messersmith, his last couple of years of pitching, he probably had the best changeup ever, but he couldn't throw a breaking ball. His arm hurt too much. There's a strike on the outside corner. But Andy got by basically with a changeup. I mean, after a while, he didn't. His fastball was almost non-existent, so he just threw basic changeups. I saw him shut out the Big Red Machine with all those great hitters using one pitch, and that was a changeup.
Ball, a strike, nobody out. That's into left field. Here comes Bell. He's right there. Makes the catch. One gone.
Now this is unbelievable, Hawk. You may have to explain this to the people after I read this, but Pete O'Brien and Tino Martinez were both listed as first basemen in the lineup. Therefore, when O'Brien took the field, the Mariners lost their DH. Therefore, the pitcher had to hit. Cochran was then hitting for the pitcher. So O'Brien is lost. So's the pitcher.
No, the DH.
Yeah, and the pitcher's gone too.
Yeah. Well, DeLucia's out because Cochran hit for him.
Right. So
the
now,
way you're reading it.
Yeah.
You read it nicely, Wimperoo.
Thank you. Oh boy, what a mess.
So.
Thank you. So
Bill
O'Brien's
Plummer.
not hurt.
Here's Dave Valley.
Hang with him, Roomy.
Takes a fastball upstairs, so a mistake by the skipper, Bill Plummer, listing two first basemen.
Yeah, that happened a couple of years ago with Oakland and Tony La Russa at the old ballpark. So the pitcher is batting now for the rest of this ball game. So Cochran is gone too.
No, Cochran's the second.
Well, after this, after he goes back in the dugout, he's gone.
Well,
right?
what happens if he makes a flip-flop like you do in the National League and takes somebody else out? Cochran still remains in the game in that spot.
In the guy that makes the last out of this inning. Boy, stay tuned for Looney Tunes. We will find out. Wow.
Here's the 2-0 pitch to Valley. 3-0. Here's the original lineup that they sent out.
That's the one we gave earlier. That's the one we gave.
Yeah.
With Martinez at first base and O'Brien. Oh, they put O'Brien at first. Okay, there's two of them. You can't play like that.
You can try.
That's against the rules. So O'Brien is gone. DeLucia is gone.
But not necessarily Cochran.
Right.
There's a 3-0 fastball. 3 balls are striking out here in the top of the fourth. 5-5-1 for the Sox. 1-3-2 for the Mariners. Big gap in left center field.
Ooh, good fastball.
He just whistled that one right on by Valley, and the count goes full.
So let's get this straight now. The lineup that Plummer turned into the umpire had 2 first basemen on it. Okay.
Evidently, that's what Big Tim Welke and Rich Garcia probably were conferring about after Gene Lamont had probably picked it up, because he's got a copy of that lineup.
Sure. Well, whenever you have a decision to make, one of those guys was going to DH, the other one was going to play first base, so he just made an error.
There go the runners.
Got
Ball 4.
Whoa.
And that'll load him up. The only place a couple of threes look good on a scorecard is in golf.
And since I've never had one of those, we can talk about eating now. You can plan a private party for 20 to 1,500 people in the Kingsford Charcoal Picnic area at Comiskey Park. For more information, please call the White Sox at 312-924-1000. The Bertucci boys, they're the best. The official ribs and chicken of the Chicago White Sox television booth. Thank you.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Now Big Frank and Dan Morrison, they're going at it at first base. And you know what's going on there. Big Frank on that close pitch right there, 3-2 to Dave Valley, is saying, hey, it's a strike on me. Why not him? I agree with you, Big Frank. That last one he rung you up on was definitely inside and probably low. So Alex in a jam. Rich Amaral struck out his first trip. Checks it up on the fastball. Alex coming home. Marullo with a force play. They get Cochran, 2 gone. Good pitch. Boy, he just ran that one right up and in on him.
Yes, he did. A good play by Alex Fernandez, bouncing off the mound to be able to make that play. He caught that ball going towards the third baseline, made the off-balance throw home, which was his only play. Had no chance to get anybody else. So he was able to get Cochran at home. The bases are still loaded, but there's 2 outs. That's a big play for the Sox. You can see he tries to check his swing. Fastball running in. Alex turns himself into an infielder. Nicely done. See, Alex is not in real good fielding position from the get-go with his delivery. Took his time. Didn't rush it. Nice.
Here's the leadoff hitter, Harold Reynolds. Harold is single, and he's lined hard to right. Outfield very short. Mercy. In a 5-1 lead, 2 out, bases loaded. They are really short. Fastball got it by him. Look how short Bell is. Well, that's understandable. The opposite way. Lance. Boy, there's an awful lot of hitting room out there. Wimperoo over the head of Pasqua and in right center field.
And he hit the ball hard his last time up. Line drive at the right fielder, Danny Pasqua.
Fastball on the inside corner, and the count 0-2.
Yeah, I think Jack Gould is going to protest this game. He's studying that decision up here.
Jack.
He's tough in arbitration, but we don't know if he knows all these rules. I know I don't.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Activity down in the Sox pen. Southpaw Wilson Alvarez for the second time. Diener at third, Valley at second, and Amaral at first.
Alex Fernandez had the battle this whole night. He's thrown a lot of pitches, 3 2/3 innings. Good pitch.
Heater inside. Activity down in the Mariner pen. Right-hander Jim Acker, formerly of the Braves, formerly of the Blue Jays.
He's been around. Looks like he shaved his beard off. Jack Gould tells, our official statistician tells us that Alex has thrown 72 pitches so far.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Ripped, get foul, just foul. Mercy.
Thank you,
Lordy.
Ooh, that would have cleaned the bases right there. Well, I'll tell you, they're playing him to hit the opposite way. Then you throw him an off-speed pitch inside. You're asking for trouble right there. There you see the slider. He gets the head of the bat out, and bang. Wow, not by much. Thank you. Well, if you're going to play him away like that, you better keep throwing that hard stuff.
Or just bury that slider in there instead of leaving it out over that inside corner.
Yeah.
You don't have to throw that slider for a strike on the inside corner with an 0-2 count after you've been popping him in there with heaters.
Sure.
Fastball. And the count 1-2.
Well, the best pitch I've always felt, the left-hander to a right-handed hitter, is that slider down and in. That's the toughest pitch in the world to lay off of, particularly if it's a ball. I don't see why it should be any different right-hander to lefty.
I think the slider from the right-hander to the left-handed hitter is better off being closer to the belt. Now, the left-handed pitcher to the right-handed hitter, yeah, down and in. Little soft infield grounder over to second base. They force Amaral. That'll do it. So Alex pitches out of it. And after 3.5, it's 5-1 Sox.
Cochran's done.
5-1 Sox here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And a new pitcher for the Mariners. It'll be the right-hander Jim Acker.
Jim Acker was just recalled from Calgary of the Pacific Coast League. Clay Parker was sent out a day or so ago. These are his 1991 numbers with the Toronto Blue Jays. Not very good. 3-5, 5.20 earned run average in 54 ball games. He had 1 save to his credit, but that was far below the standards that Jim Acker had set in his years with Toronto. He had some good years for him, Hawk. He's got a good sinking fastball, will throw a slider, curveball, and a changeup at times, and he's not afraid to pitch inside. As we look at Cochran, will play shortstop. He's versatile.
Lance Johnson leads it off for the Sox, takes the fastball outside. Lance over one, popped up to Edgar Martinez in foul territory his first trip. 5-1 for the Sox, 1-3-2 for the Mariners as that pitch foul back, and the count evens at 1. So Dave Cochran in for Rich Amaral. Acker will be hitting in Amaral's spot. Ball and 2 strikes. Hard hit, but right to Harold Reynolds, who sucks it up, throws him out, 1 gone. Here's Ozzie. Ozzie had a double to knock in a run in the 2nd inning. Sox with 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. Corners in close. Martinez on the grass at 3rd. Outfield short. Swung around to the left. On a cold night here at beautiful Comiskey Park. Low and inside, 2-0. Oakland at Kansas City, no score, bottom of the 4th inning. Texas leading California 1-0, bottom of the 4th down in Arlington. 3-0 to Oz. Baltimore at Boston was postponed due to bad weather, and Blue Jays over the Yankees 7-6 at Skydome. Tigers hammered the Tribe 13-4 in Cleveland.
Notice Texas, they scored a ton of runs on the road, and then they got home in a good hitter's ballpark, can't score any.
That fastball nips the outside half, and the count goes full. Only 2 games in the National League. Giants beat the Padres this afternoon 6-1. Was I one of Ozzie's better swings.
That
right
wasn't
there.
his A swing, no. Boy, Acker's one of those guys that throws a real heavy ball, and you don't know why it's heavy or why some guys are lighter. But watch this sinker, late breaker. Ozzie thinks it's on his hands. He tries to get through there. Uh-oh. It was almost like a self-defense swing. Don't do that.
2 out, and here's Tim Raines. Timmy 1 for 2, doubled and scored in the 1st inning. Takes the fastball strike. That curveball misses low. Count evens at 1. Ball a strike, 2 out. Finale of this 3-game set. It is a rubber match. That's lifted into left field. Kevin Mitchell's there. One hands it. 1-2-3 inning for Jim Acker. After 4, Sox lead it 5-1.
We're back at New Comiskey Park in Chicago. Sox leading this one 5-1. We have completed 4 innings. 5-5-1 for the White Sox. 1-3-2 for the Seattle Mariners. And the Bulls playoff special. It's a repeat of Bulls with Rich King and John Paxson. That will air on Monday, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And they're going to tell you all about the future Bulls opponents in the upcoming playoffs. It should be a great show, so make sure you tune in 6:30 on Monday.
Alex Fernandez has pitched out of a big jam last inning. Pitched out of a big jam in the first inning. Bases loaded, nobody out, giving up just the 1 run. And the Sox came back with 5. They lead it 5-1. It'll be Edgar Martinez, Ken Griffey Jr., and Kevin Mitchell to face a 22-year-old Sox right-hander. Martinez has walked and flied to left field. Takes a strike on the outside corner.
Well, it's not raining anymore.
I'm freezing.
It's cold in it.
Curveball just misses.
I'll tell you, you really are a gamer, though, to sit out here with a sore throat, windows wide open.
Fastball just off the plate, and the count 2-1.
All right.
It is.
Those are
nippy.
gamers, too.
2-1 delivery. Gas.
Ooh. Hey, Alex Fernandez has a much better fastball tonight from a velocity standpoint. He's letting it go. He didn't do that against the Oakland A's. He was trying to mix in 4 pitches. He looked very tentative in that start. Much more authoritative tonight against these Seattle hitters.
Well, the big thing is that's hit left side. 2-hopper. Nice play, Robin. Piece of cake. And there's 1 gone. Well, the big thing out in that Oakland start is when Karkovice wanted the ball in, Alex, for the most part, was just aiming it. If you're going to throw the fastball inside, you cannot aim it. You got to turn it loose.
And if you're going to miss, you're going to miss inside and not out over the plate.
If you're trying to aim it and get it in there and you miss out over the plate, it's gone. Vaya. Here's Junior. He's 1 for 2, a bunt single in the first inning. Change up, had him out in front. High into right center field. Now Danny recovers. That swirling wind, as Wimpy was talking about earlier. And there's 2 gone.
And a reminder to visit the White Sox clubhouse in the Oakbrook Mall. Clubhouse shop has a great selection of Sox merchandise plus Sox memorabilia. The White Sox clubhouse shop is located on the 3rd floor in Oakbrook Mall. So visit there.
You mean I can call you Hall of Famer from now on? Can I really?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I love it, Wimpy. If you joined us late, my partner, the Wimperoo, along with Joe Niekro and Danny Abramowitz, former wide receiver for the New Orleans Saints, going to be inducted into the Polish American Hall of Fame June 11th in Detroit. And once again, our congratulations. Kevin Mitchell struck out and bounced out 1 to 6-3. Curveball low and away, and the count evens at 1. Kevin now 2 for his last 21. Slider. 2 balls and a strike. Dan Morrison at first. Slider. Wimpy has had some real good pitches to hit here. Just has not been able to handle them.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We saw that graphic earlier. He has gotten off to good starts in the past. No, just not so far this season. But boy, you're right. He's had some hanging breaking balls, some fastballs right there.
Got him on the outside corner. And that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Alex. They're halfway over. It is an official game. Sox lead it 5-1. Steve Sachs leads off the bottom of the 5th. Takes the sinker low from the right-hander Jim Acker. 5-1 Sox on top. Saxy's had 2 good at-bats, a sacrifice bunt in the first and a solid single in the third, and scored ahead of Bell's homer. Fastball up and the count 2-0.
Take a look at this one. Oh,
He's
it's
fun to watch, I'll tell you.
Oh, he just kind of closes his eyes, says, "Oh, thank you, God." Ball running in from Acker. You see a lot of movement. I think I'll take this one.
Right down the middle, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Outfield around to the right. Hits that one down to Edgar Martinez on the short hop. And there's one gone.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago White Sox and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Chicago White Sox. That wasn't very good.
What was that? Murgatroyd? Breaking ball.
I'm going back to Evelyn Wood. I think my mouth is frozen.
1-0 to Robin. Robin 0 for 2, has an RBI. Takes that fastball off the plate, and the count 2-0.
Boy, Acker's the kind of guy that just give you innings. He'll go out there every day for you. He's a bulldog type pitcher. Doesn't have overpowering stuff, but you saw the movement on his sinker and an assortment of breaking pitches too. Sinker's his main pitch, though.
Robin with the 2-0 count.
Change.
Little change right there. Nice pitch by Acker, even though he got it up a little bit. The outfield bunch straight up. Sinker low, and the count 3-1. Big Frank on deck. 5-1 for the Sox, 1-3-2 for the Mariners.
Jim Acker is 6'2", 215-pounder. He's 33 years old, from Freer, Texas.
Robin goes through that one. So the full count.
They have any good golf courses in Freer?
They got my money down there. F-R-E-E-R, Freer, Texas.
You got
my
it.
money all over Texas.
Tough wind, huh?
Yes. Dave Cochran, a nice 2-hopper. And there's 2 gone. And we want to send out a big White Sox hello to Sam and Natalie Smulyan, parents of Jeff Smulyan, owner of the Mariners. I'll tell you, he's been getting beat to death out there in the press in Seattle. And I tell you, and it's nowhere even justified. Here's a man that spent a ton of money, lost a ton of money trying to keep that ball club out there as Big Frank steps in, and they're beating him to death. Well, I'll tell you, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Checks it up on the fastball, and the count 0-1. They want to come back in there. It's 0-2. Right-hander Jeff Nelson down in the Mariner pen. He's just added to the list today. 0-2 pitch. Ball 2 strike, 2 out. George Bell on deck. Slider. 2-2. Yeah, that's unbelievable. You know, when you take a guy trying to do everything he can, cost him about $20 million, and they're crucifying him out there. Full count.
Yeah, I know they really are burying him at every opportunity. Boy, he didn't think there was going to be that much of a losing proposition. He thought he was going to make a little dough on this deal.
Big Frank rips that one foul.
Well, when you don't have a good television contract. That puts a damper on.
A good one. How about almost a non-existent one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost where the club's got to buy their own time on the air.
Well, they got something going. The Mariners are televising this game tonight.
Fouls that one out of play right side.
Matter of fact, had the chance to visit with Ken Griffey Sr., who is doing the game for the Mariners tonight.
He and Dave Niehaus.
Yeah. Ken Levine. Boy, he was a player. Senior could play. Career 300 hitter.
That's ball 4. Missed with the 3-2 slider. So the first base runner against the right-hander Jim Acker, and here comes George. George is 2 for 2. A single, a run scored in the second, and a 2-run homer in the third. And Skip Ellison, our producer director, and all the guys in the truck, this is their pick to click. I'll tell you what, they're having a ball down in that truck right now.
Yeah, because they're warm, first of all. A couple of ex-teammates right here. Jim Acker spent so many years with Toronto, of course, and George Bell had some great years for the Blue Jays. Most valuable player in 1987. What did he hit? 49 homers that year?
47, I believe, wasn't it?
7. Ton of runs batted in.
Want to know the count to George. Hits this one left side. Martinez to Hopper. Over to Harold Reynolds. They force Big Frank. That'll do it. Nothing across. After 5, Sox lead at 5-1.
Sox beating the Mariners tonight 5-1. 5 runs, 5 hits, and an error for the Sox. 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors for the Seattle Mariners. And there's some wishful thinking if I've ever seen. A smiley face. First hitter is Dave Cochran. Curveball misses down and in. Cochran came into this ball game in that complicated affair that we had in the 4th inning. He batted in Pete O'Brien's original spot and doubled to right field. He did not score, though, leading off that inning. Dave hitting at .429 as he stands in there. Switch hitter, playing shortstop. Fastball up and in, misses. 2-1 now. Alex Fernandez all the way for the White Sox. Bill Plummer, the man on the left, is your manager for the Seattle club. Rusty Kuntz to the right, former Sox outfielder, standing next to him. There's a strike with the fastball. 2-2 now to Dave Cochran. Sox playing Cochran slightly to pull in the outfield. The gap is in left center. Fastball misses up and in. So Alex works the count full again. He has thrown a lot of pitches tonight. He's got to be close to that 100 pitch mark, and we should be seeing some activity in that Sox bullpen in the next inning or so. 3-2 fastball hit in the air right side. Frank Thomas coming over. Ball coming back towards the field. Now Frank does make the play. Nice grab by Big Frank Thomas. 1 out.
Here is a nice catch by the Big Hurt. That swirling wind. Looked for a second like he had gone the wrong way, and all of a sudden went right to the ball.
Sign of an athlete right there. That's tough. Well, I'll tell you, this wind in this ballpark's got to be as tough as any place around, with the possible exception maybe of San Francisco. So Jay Buhner will hit with 1 down. Alex retires the first hitter. That's always important, especially as you get towards the latter part of the ball game. Ball 1 up high. Buhner 0 for 1 tonight. He walked in the first inning, and he had an RBI because the bases were loaded at the time. They scored 1 in the first, and that's it. Upstairs with the fastball. Sox countered with 1 in the first inning. Robin Ventura got an RBI and a ground ball. Fielder's choice. Raines beat the throw from the shortstop, so that tied the game at 1. 2 Sox runs scored in the second inning. One in an error by Ken Griffey Jr. and Ozzie Guillen, RBI double. Fastball, he called it high. 3-0. I wish they'd call that high fastball a strike.
Why?
Because it'd be more hitting done. There's a strike on the corner. That ball right there was just above the belt.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're telling me if they call the fastball at the letters a strike, and they're also going to call it at the knees as that's out of play right side.
Yeah, that's the strike
that there
zone.
would be more hitting?
Yeah, there'd be more swinging of the bat. I mean, you know, you're looking at guys taking pitches just slightly above the belt that should be hit out of the ballpark. In my opinion, they should be penalized 2 strikes for taking the pitch, including hanging breaking balls. I got weird ideas. There's a pop-up in the infield. Frank's going to take charge once again in fair territory. 2 down. And you can see the Sox host the Seattle Mariners on April 15th and 16th as the Minnesota Twins on the 17th. All games begin at 7:05. And all fans will receive a 1992 magnetic schedule courtesy of Coca-Cola. For ticket information, call Ticketmaster at 312-831-1-SOX. And that means that you can just see the game with the Twins because the Mariners are leaving tonight. So come out tomorrow. Twins in for the weekend.
Wimpy, the bigger the strike zone, the less hitting. The smaller the strike zone, the more hitting.
I don't think so. I think when you force a guy to swing at that hanging breaking ball, he's going to realize that that's a home run pitch. You know, there's 2 ways of looking at everything. The right way and my way.
No, Wimpy.
Well, anyway, there's 2 outs. Big Frank has taken care of both of them, and Tino Martinez, the hitter. Fastball hit weakly left side.
Trouble.
That is trouble. Bell coming over. Get foul. It does. Oh, boy. Couple of breaks so far for the White Sox. Remember that ball that Harold Reynolds hit with the bases loaded down the right field? I could have been 3 runs for Seattle, but no. Aha.
That's against Alex. The Mariners have put the ball into play. 3 to Big Frank, 1 to Soxie, 1 to Ozzie, 2 to Robin, 3 to Bell, 1 to Lance, 4 to Pasqua, and 2 back to Alex.
So everybody's had a chance to play a little defense tonight. Alex in a good shape right here. 1-2 count. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. The Sox leading at 5-1. He wants an inside slider. He hammers it to right field. That's out of here. Bad pitch, and he paid. Second homer for Martinez. That's his 2nd RBI.
Yeah, there's just a spiral right there on a 1-2 count. Let's see where Matt was setting up. It looked like Matt was just setting up down the middle of the plate instead of inside. Well, you're either going to be in or out. Yeah, he's just down the middle here. Here's the slider. It's just a spiral. He heard it. You either got to be trying to backdoor him with that or bury it inside.
Inside off the plate. He had him up. He was way up in the count 1-2. And you could see Martinez by the last pitch. He couldn't handle Alex's fastball. So he just sped up his bat a little bit throwing that slider. Dave Valley takes strike 1. There you see the line score. 2 runs on 4 hits now for Seattle. They've made 2 errors. 5-5-1 for the White Sox. There's a curveball right there for Valley. Down in the count now 0-2. Dave hitting at 280 as he stands in there. 0 for 1 tonight. He walked back in the 4th inning, grounded to 3rd in the 2nd. Valley looks a lot more hitterish this year. We talked about him earlier. He's got those hands up a little higher. Look out. Doesn't have to move him up to that hitting zone so much like we were talking about before. He was getting jammed unmercifully last year with his hands way down.
Yeah, not against us, though, as we talked about earlier. He swung the bat good against the Sox.
1-2, gotcha right on the outside corner. Now there's a big league pitch. So Alex pitches out of it. Mariners come up with 1. It's still 5-2 Sox.
That's a story here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And a reminder, our next game coming your way right here over WGN. It will be Saturday night, 6 p.m. start against the Twinkies from Minnesota. Good pitching matchup in that one. Blackjack McDowell against Scott Erickson. There's some more April telecasts coming your way right here over Channel 9.
And the Sox leading at 5-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at beautiful new Comiskey Park. Danny Pasqua is going to start things off. First pitch, Jim Acker. That sinker breaks down and away, so Pasqua up 1-0. Danny has scored a run in the 2nd inning. He walked and was safe on an error in the 3rd, so he's been on base both times tonight. Hammered into right center field. So Pasqua gets his first hit. He's a good matchup against Jim Acker because he is such a good low fastball hitter. Acker with the sinker, that's his bread and butter. So the leadoff man on for the Sox. And that'll bring up Matt Marullo. Matty's 0 for 2. Fly to center. He hit one hard to the wall. Ken Griffey Jr. made an outstanding play on him. And then he threw the ball in the first base dugout. So runners advanced. A run scored on the play. And he grounded out to first. That was in the 3rd inning. So Marullo hitting at .286 as he stands in there. Shot. Oh, it's in past Reynolds into right center field. Pasqua's going to have to hold up at second. It looked for a moment that Harrell was going to make a spectacular diving catch. Oh, that ball was just hit like a rocket. Marullo matches up pretty good too here against Acker with that low fastball. Wow.
Watch Matt right. He does, as Wemby said. Burn it, Wemby. Well, you're so good after the fact. Matches up well.
Boy, am I glad I picked him to do good tonight. And let's see, who is that? That doesn't look like Bill Plummer. I think it's Dan Warthen who's going out there now to talk with Jim Acker. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Lance Johnson, the hitter.
Russ Nixon, former Major League manager, also on this coaching staff. They've got Nixon, Dan Warthen, as you're looking at. Marty Martinez, of course, the coach at third. Rusty Kuntz, former Sox outfielder at first. Roger Hanson's also coach. Gene Klein's a hitting instructor.
Yep. And that is Dan Warthen. He is the pitching coach. And they're just trying to get their defense set right now, it would appear. There is action in the Mariner bullpen. Bill Plummer, the first-year manager of this ball club. They're 4-5 coming into this ball game with the Sox. Sox will stay in town, play the world champion Twins over the weekend. Seattle will travel up to Milwaukee. There's Dennis Powell, the left-hander, former Dodger. Bunt. First base side. It's a good one. Oh, they're going to throw to first base and just get Lance Johnson. Martinez battling the wet ball. Barely did get Lance by a half a step. Good job by Lance. 2 runners in scoring position for Ozzie Guillen.
Just an excellent sacrifice bunt. You can see that sinker right there had a whole bunch of movement on it. Lance stayed on top. Good call by Dan Morrison. Quarter of a step. And here comes the skipper. He wants to make a change. He wants to go to the left-hander out there in the pen.
Well, he figures his best chance right here is to get that hard-throwing left-hander, good high fastball pitcher. Ozzie Guillen matches up pretty good against Acker, too, being a good low-ball hitter. So the lefty-lefty matchup is certainly preferable here to Plummer, who wants to keep his team with a chance to win this ball game. They still got 9 outs to go on offense.
5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Sox, 2 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors for the Mariners. So breaking the action. We'll be back to give you the numbers on the Seattle Southpaw right after this. Powell out of Moultrie, Georgia, coming on. 6'3", 200 pounds. Powell in relief of right-hander Jim Acker, the 3rd Mariner pitcher of the evening. For Powell, this will be his 4th appearance. No record, 4.50 ERA. Worked in just 2 innings. So Powell on here with runners at second and third, Pasqua at third, Marullo at second, 1 out, and Ozzie the hitter.
Ozzie Guillen has an RBI double so far tonight, and he is in the dugout right now. There's Ozzie. He'll be out there shortly. Ozzie with 6 runs batted in on the season, hitting at .226 as he takes his turn at bat. Runners at second and third. The Sox leading at 5-2. We're in the 6th inning. There is 1 out. Mariners will bring their infield in. They're on the infield grass right now to try and cut off this run at home plate. Elements tonight. Really, if you get the ball in the air and hit it on the line, the ball's going to be carrying, even though usually you would not think that it would. This is a great hitter's ballpark, Comiskey Park. We've had some good pitching, though. Game 1, Greg Hibbert did a great job. Game 2 of this series, Dave Fleming was outstanding. Here's the first pitch to Ozzie. Fastball hit in the air left side. Not deep enough. Mitchell's going to make the play. See if Pasqua takes a shot here. No, he won't. The throw into the infield, cut off by Edgar Martinez. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Dennis Powell. And the runner is stranded at third momentarily. Ozzie went after ball 1. Looked like a high fastball out of the zone. A little anxious to drive that runner home. So Tim Raines is going to hit. Ozzie Guillen not very happy with that effort. Raines doubled in the first inning, struck out in the second, and flied out in the fourth. So he's 1 for 3. Timmy hitting at .314 as he stands in there. First pitch by Powell is a fastball down low. Powell basically a 2-pitch pitcher. Fastball and kind of a slurve type action. Has pitched in the major leagues for the Dodgers, Seattle, and a little bit with Milwaukee. 7-20 in his career. Over 5-point earned run average. Ball hit right side. Harold Reynolds is going to make the play, and he'll throw him out. So Dennis Powell does his job. Sox are held scoreless here in the 6th. It's still 5-2 White Sox.
That's a story here in the top of the 7th inning. 5-7-1 for the Sox, 2-4-2 for the M's, and for the Mariners, who had a run in the first inning, 1 in the 6th. Sox with 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the third. Got a pinch hitter right here, coming out to hit for Powell. Henry Cotto hitting for Powell.
Okay, I'm going to take this another step. I think Henry Cotto matches up well against Alex Fernandez here. He's a good high fastball hitter, and if Alex throws him something upstairs, he's going to have a good swing at it.
Well, Alex is going to throw him some upstairs.
Yeah.
Want to know the count?
Well, he's going to have a good swing in this at bat.
Taking some other scores for you. Oakland at Kansas City, top of the 7th inning, no score. Little pop up in the right field. Maybe I like it better after the fact.
On Saturday, April 18th at 6:05. Now that is 2 days from now. The Sox host the Minnesota Twins. Following the game, there will be a spectacular fireworks display courtesy of Ameritech Mobile. For ticket information, call Ticketmaster at 312-831-1SOX. And we have the best fireworks in the world right here.
Tell you what, there's none better. Leadoff man Harold Reynolds steps in. He's 1 for 3. Had a single, scored a run in the first. Robin in on the grass at third. Up high off the plate. I want to send out a big White Sox hello to some big Sox fans from Zano's out in Lyle and Wheaton. Ron and Denise Provenzano. Steve Sachs will throw him out. 2 gone. Boy, he's a piece of work. There is a hard-nosed player. He's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Every move. You like to have a camera on him the whole game.
Yeah. Edgar Martinez. You watch guys who play that hard, you know, your Sachs and Mike Heath. And, I mean, they just flat out pedal to the metal. They're going to do something every game by playing hard. Like that pop-up. How about that pop-up the other day out in Oakland?
Oh, yeah. He caught it. He caught it on the third base spot.
He wanted a solid 10 on that one. I said we gave him a 9-2. 2-0 pitch. 3 balls, no strikes with Junior on deck.
You know, Hawk, you mentioned Mike Heath. Now, Mike is temporarily unemployed. You know, he had that surgery on his arm, so he was released in spring training by the Atlanta Braves, and we certainly wish him the best. He was always fun to watch.
He's one of my favorite players to watch. I'll tell you, gave it 100% every day. There's a strike to Martinez. Three and 1 to count with 2 gone. Pops this one up. Stay in here. Foul territory. Big Frank over by the tarp. Watch out as he hits the chair. Big hurts, all right.
Can you imagine the fear that little ball girl had? Frank Thomas coming right at her at the tarp. She's got to find a way to get out of there. And she just forgot to take her chair with her. So fortunately, nobody got injured on that particular play. And it's a 3-2 count now on Edgar Martinez.
Edgar's had a lot of 2-0, 3-1, 3-2 counts in this series. Hit a lot of balls hard, but they've been foul. Down the third baseline. 2 hopper Ozzie. Piece of cake. 1-2-3 inning for Alex. After 6.5, 5-2 Sox. He's 7-6. Detroit hammered Cleveland 13-4. Baltimore at Boston postponed. No score. Oakland at Kansas City in the 7th. Texas leading California 1-0 in the 6th. Over the National League, very limited slate. Giants over the Padres 6-1, and later on Atlanta takes on the Doyers and Tommy Lasorda's boys out in LA. All right, from the boys, old Purdue, go Sox in '92. Pitching change for the Mariners.
Jeff Nelson, we saw him warming up a little bit earlier. Big right-hander coming on to work. Well, he's getting his opportunity to pitch in the major league level. He just called up from Calgary. You see, he did a good job in 3 2/3 innings. Last year, he was at Jacksonville, where he was just terrific. 1.27 earned run average, 12 saves, 34 strikeouts. So Jeff Nelson, a big guy, getting an opportunity to pitch in the major leagues. He'll be facing the 2-3-4 hitters in the Sox lineup. That'll be Robin Ventura. Steve Sachs will precede Ventura, and then Big Frank. Something like that they'll hit.
Sachs, Ventura, and Big Frank. There you go. So here's Saxy. First pitch, fastball up high. Saxy 1 for 2 tonight. Singled and scored ahead of George Bell's homer. Had a sacrifice bunt, bounced out to third. Takes a fastball right there, and the count 1-1. 5-2 Sox lead it. So we've seen 2 heaters from Nelson. Ooh, pretty good breaking ball right there. That had a little be-back on it.
Well, Saxy didn't stick around to see if it was going to break.
I don't blame him.
6'8" to you? 225?
He's large.
Whoa.
Fastball chops it left side. Here comes Martinez. Underneath. Ooh, nice play by Edgar. They just do get Saxy. Wow.
Huh?
He's a hoss.
You can go bear hunting with a switch.
One out, and here's Robin. Robin 0 for 3, but he has an RBI, knocking in Raines in the first inning. Tell you that Robin hits the fastball high in the center field. But that 1-1 fastball, I mean a 1-1 curveball he threw to Saxey. That was impressive.
Yeah. They sure paralyzed him, that's for sure.
2 quick out. Here comes the big hurt. 0 for 2 tonight. He walked back in the 5th. Couple of big men facing one another right here. There's that quick. Man, I'll tell you, he definitely got some. He's not hanging anything so far. That thing's biting.
Whoa, when you were 6'8", nobody's going to really hang around to see if that thing's going to break.
Fastball up and in.
I think it gets right to the hitter and then it breaks.
Here comes another one. Low and away, and a count 2-1. Activity down in the Sox pen. There's the southpaw Scott Radinsky. 2-1 fastball inside. Nice looking hat you got on there, Wimperoo.
Thank you. It's a gift.
I have to get a shot of that a little later on. The Chicago American Giants. Yes. We're going to be giving those away on Saturday. Watch out. That's ball 4. So the big hurt draws his second walk. And take a look at my partner, the Wimperoo. That hat he's got on. We're going to be giving those away here at Comiskey Park May 2nd when the Texas Rangers come into town. Chicago American Giants commemorating the black players in that black league. Beautiful hat.
It really is.
It's got a Sox in the back. There it is.
It's my best side.
Here's George Bell. Takes a breaking ball high and away.
I think a male modeling career could be in the future. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. But once again, it is May 2nd, Saturday, May 2nd. Texas Rangers in town, honoring the Chicago American Giants. We'll have 20 former black players here. A nice promotion.
Good.
George 2 for 3 tonight. He's been our hero. Takes a fastball in the inside corner.
Well, we know the guys in the truck love him.
George single, scored in the second. Hit a long 2-run homer in the third. And we'll take another look at our picks to click tonight that we started off with. There you see. I took Robin. Limpy took the hammer. Skip Ellison, our producer director, and all the guys in the truck took George. And they're just gloating over it. I don't know how they'll split those golf balls up. Especially the ones you give them with the stripes on them. Yeah. And the holes on the sides.
They don't have to worry about collecting from me.
If he gives away golf balls like you give away old socks with holes all in them. Ooh. Breaking ball outside and the count 2-2.
Well, that is an unusual breaking ball he has. You don't see many guys with this type of pitch. A big breaker, and it gets to the plate, and then it makes that sharp turn to the left on the hitter. It's tough.
2-2. Hit it in the center field hard. Griffey back. Got a good jump on it. He's there. Wynn knocks it down, and that'll retire the side. After 7, 5-2 Sox. That's the story here in the top of the 8th inning, and a pitching change for the Sox. In place of 22-year-old right-hander Alex Fernandez, it'll be the southpaw Scott Radinsky.
AC Rad's numbers: no record, no earned run average. He's appearing in his 5th game. He has 1 save, working 2 2/3 innings, just 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. That's it.
Here's Junior. Fastball up high. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Sox. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors for the Mariners. As you look at Mike Huff in place of George Bell in left field. George tonight had a good night. 2 for 4. Gas. That's foul back. Single run scored and a 2-run homer, as you see. Jorge.
Friendly, double make hair, easy going.
So he smoked that last one out there in center field as well.
Did.
Watch out. Tardy on that heater, and the count 1-2. Excellent outing by Alex. Pitched out of a big jam in the 1st inning. Bases loaded. Nobody out, giving up just the 1 run. Hung a slider to Tino Martinez in the 6th for the home run. Alex throwing well tonight, pitching inside. That set the whole evening up.
Look out. Oh, Lord. He took a swing at a pitch. It looked like it was going to hit him. He almost swung at that pitch in self-defense. Junior. I think he's scared more than anything else. That Radinsky, that fastball sometimes jumps in on the left-handed hitter. You can see trying to clear his hands. The ball hit the bat, fortunately. So it's just a strike, 1-2.
Foul field around to the left. Breaking ball.
I agree with you, though, Hawk, on Alex. He had a much better outing. He was very combative tonight. I didn't sense that in Oakland, that he was going up there really battling those hitters with that good fastball inside. He did it tonight, and he pitched out of some jams as a result.
Wow. He just blew him away right there. So 1 out.
Go ahead, Rad. Just rear back and fire. One of the better players in all of baseball. Inside heater, as you can see upstairs. And Ken Griffey Jr. cannot catch up with it. So 1 batter, 1 strikeout for Rad. See what he did at Oakland in his last appearance. 2/3 of an inning. Struck out a hitter. Boy, he's been terrific. I'll tell you, when he's on the plate, forget it.
Kevin Mitchell takes the ball. Well, you're talking about Alex. When Alex is aggressive and he pitches inside like that, he can get away with some mistakes. He was throwing the ball inside tonight instead of aiming it in there.
Yeah.
He was turning it loose. Ozzie. 2 gone.
Yeah, what a difference. When you aim the ball, it's like throwing a dart. You really just don't get anything on it. When you throw that sucker, it'll get there.
If you leave it out over the plate, as we mentioned earlier, if you leave it out over the plate when you're aiming it, you're going to get hurt. If you leave it out over the plate when you've thrown it in there, if they're going to hit it hard, chances are it's going to be foul because they got to react quicker. Dave Cochran, he's 1 for 2. He's 2 for 3. So Cochran, who had a double, batting left-handed back in the 4th. Hit a changeup off Alex. Right-handed, hits that fastball into the left as Jay Buhner steps in. Buhner has walked, reached on an error, and he popped to first. Buhner 0 for 10 in this series. Got in on him. Hard hit to Robin, over to Saxey, and that'll do it. Nothing across the hit. 1 left after 7.5. 5-2 White Sox. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. Oh, no.
Man.
That's crazy. Boy, it's cold here. Big time.
Those silly kids. They're out there.
Big 6'8" right-hander Jeff Nelson to Dan Pasqua. 5-7-1 for the Sox. 2-5-2 for the Mariners. Danny 1 for 2 tonight. His walk, scored a run, reached on an error, and singled sharply into right field. hammers that one into left center field. Nobody's going to get this one. That gets by Kevin Mitchell. So a leadoff double for Pasqua. Now, what were you going to say about Pasqua and Nelson?
Well, he matches up real good with that. Danny really swinging the bat well. He's been doing it all year. He's been platooning with Mike Huff. There you see the pitch down and out over the plate. Pretty good looking pitcher's pitch, but not to Pasqua. He just drops the hammer on it. Nails it in that gap in left center field. Nobody in the area, so Kevin Mitchell has to cut it off. Stand-up double for Pasqua. That is his second on the season. And Dan Worthen, the pitching coach for the Mariners, is back out to the mound. Matt Marullo, the hitter, he'll be trying to get Pasqua to third with less than 2 out.
Activity down in the Mariner pen. Right-hander Calvin Jones.
He pitched the other night. And while we have a moment, Sunday, April 19th at 1:35, the Sox host the world champion Minnesota Twins at Comiskey Park. All fans will receive a 1992 White Sox calendar. For ticket information, call Ticketmaster at 312-831-1-SOX.
Here's Matthew. He's 1 for 3. He smoked a single back in the 6th inning to right field. Bottom of the 8th inning at Royal Stadium. Oakland and Kansas City, no score. Texas now leading California 2-0. Bottom of the 7th at Arlington. Atlanta hitting in the top of the 1st inning at Los Angeles against the Dodgers.
Did you say the Dodgers?
The Dodgers. Outfield swung around to the right. Yeah. 1-1 the count. Other finals in the American League. Tigers thumped the Tribe 13-4 in Cleveland. Blue Jays scored 2 in the 9th to beat the Yankees 7-6. Baltimore at Boston postponed. Bad weather. San Francisco beat the Padres 6-1. Billy Swift, his 3rd victory of the short season. A breaking ball high and a count 2-1. Some activity down in the Sox pen. There's Thiggy.
Mike Squires, the bullpen coach, also in that picture.
Pasqua second, nobody out. 2-1 pitch. Pops this one up. Get out of here. It will. The Twins coming to town starting tomorrow night for that 3-game set. Charlie Huff against Bill Kruger on Saturday. Jack McDowell against Scott Erickson. And on Sunday, Greg Hibbert against John Smiley. So the Twinkies running a couple of southpaws out there.
The Sox have seen a lot of left-handed starters so far in this young season. 2 in California. 2 in this series.
Payoff pitch. Good fastball to Nelson, and on the fist. Nelson out of Baltimore. Hard hit right side. Good at bat right there from Matt as Martinez takes it himself. 1 out. Pasqua to third.
That was a good job. Hit that ball very sharply on the 3-2 pitch. It was a fastball, so Lance Johnson gets an opportunity here. Lance scuffling a bit at the plate. His average now down to 303. Lance is 0 for 2 on the night. He had a sacrifice bunt back in the 6th inning. So a little insurance wouldn't hurt the Sox right now. They've got 3 outs to go in the top of the 9th inning. They'd love to get a run right here. Infield, in on the grass.
Outfield around to the left and short.
I bet he hits the first pitch.
Hard.
Thank you.
Griffey right at him. Pasqua. He's going to try it. Here he comes. The throw. They get him. Beautiful throw by Ken Griffey. And that'll do it. Nothing across. They'll go to the 9th, leading the Mariners 5-2. As Tino Martinez will lead it off to face the southpaw Scott Radinsky. Takes a fastball outside. Tino 1 for 3, cranked out his second homer back in the 6th inning. Got a 1-2 slider from Alex and just popped it out of here. There's good gas in the count. 1-1. Beautiful throw by Ken Griffey Jr. to double up Pasqua trying to score.
And you always pointed out, though, Hawk, who a left-handed thrower has got to aim that ball down the third baseline if he misses. There's a good fastball. Martinez, no match for it. Down the third baseline, that gives himself a chance. If he misses, at least the catcher has a chance to tag him. On the first base side, with that tailing action naturally of a left-handed thrower, got no chance. That was a super throw.
We'll show you that play after Martinez just got a piece of it. And here it is. Line shot by Lance Johnson right at Griffey. Short out there. Pasqua trying to score, and here's the throw. Junior right on the money.
Yeah, that ball was tailing a bit, but look where he got it to him. Right there on the third base corner of the plate. Perfect throw.
Upstairs, 2-2. Mariners with a run in the first, 1 in the 6th. Sox with 1 in the first, 2 in the 2nd, and 2 in the 3rd. George Bell's 3rd homer of the year. Off the fist, right side. Saxey sucks it up. Big out. Comes Gene Lamont. He's going to go get Bobby Thigpen. So breaking the action as Scott Radinsky departs. We'll be back to give you Thiggy's numbers right after this.
Bobby Thigpen comes on, 1 out in the 9th inning. Sox leading by 3. Thiggy coming on for the 5th time. No record, 2.08 earned run average. He has earned 3 saves on the season. Thiggy working 4 1/3 innings, giving up just 3 hits, 1 run scored, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So in his last appearance, that was against Seattle, he pitched 1 strong inning with 2 strikeouts. He gave up 2 hits. Bobby challenged the hitters. He was not aiming or trying to sink the ball or backdoor the slider or anything like that. He was just coming at him hard with that good fastball of his. So the first batter will be Dave Valley. 1 out in the 9th. Need 2 more.
Valley 0 for 2 with a walk.
Yeah, let's just play 8.5 tonight. A little chilly.
Top of the 9th at Royal Stadium. Oakland hitting, still no score. There's a good fastball from Thiggy. Bottom of the 8th at Arlington. Rangers still shutting out California 2-0. Oh, and 2 the count to Valley. Thiggy, the 3rd Sox pitcher of the evening. If you joined us late, outstanding performance by Alex Fernandez. 22-year-old right-hander going out there very aggressive on the hill. See right away, first time through that lineup, he was pitching everybody inside. Just set him up for the whole evening. Fastball up and in. Count hangs at 0-2.
Boy, you have some funny swings on these cold nights, don't you?
Oh, I'd say I hated this. Man.
Yeah. It's just the luck of the draw when you're playing in the Midwest or in the East early in the season.
Hard hit into center field. Lance coming on, won't be able to get there. So a line shot single by Valley. Valley coming up a little gimpy.
See what happened. Oh, it's a fastball right down Broadway. Valley nails it. He must have done something as he was running down to first base. See? Oh, that left leg, that ankle went out on him. You could see him turn it. As he was rounding first base, that's when it happened. Dave Valley. See if he stays in the ball game. He does not run well as it is. So you don't need anybody clogging up the bases right now. Mariners still need base runners. They're down by 3. There's 1 out. And Greg Briley's going to come out to hit in that spot. That 9th spot, that infamous spot where they've been using a number of people because of the mess up at the beginning of the game with the lineup card.
There's a fastball strike and a count 0-1. Riley hitting at .250 on the season. Outfield spread out straight up. 5-8-1 for the Sox, 2-6-2 for the Mariners. Back up the middle into center field. That's going to be a base hit. So that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
And now you get to the top of the lineup and you're starting to turn that thing over where there's a possibility that you could face Ken Griffey Jr. One more man needs to get on here for that to happen. He's the last guy you want to see up at home plate because the definitely would be a game-winning type situation.
Leadoff hitter Harold Reynolds. As you see, he's 1 for 4 tonight. Singled in the first inning and scored the first Mariner run. Line to right in the second. Hit into a forced play in the fourth and bounced out 4-3 in the seventh. Sox looking to turn their 6th double play of the season. Reynolds takes the ball. Oakland did not score in the top of the 9th at Royal Stadium. Gets out in front, hooks that one foul, and the count evens at 1. .31-year-old veteran switch hitter. Pitch just off the plate. And the count 2-1 with Valley at second and Briley at first. Up high, 3-1. There's a strike on the outside corner, and the count goes full. Big pitch right here for Figgy. Right side. Saxey. Ozzie. They cannot turn it. Reynolds has good speed. They get Briley, and there's 2 gone.
Well, there's a situation where you really want to make sure that first out. Saxey with a good flip over to Ozzie Guillen. There was no chance to turn two. A guy that runs as well as Harold Reynolds. So here's the man you've been waiting for all night. Edgar Martinez. He's going to be a tough out, too.
Edgar, good fastball hitter. Figgy against the right-handers, primarily a two-pitch pitcher, the fastball and a slider.
And their two best hitters, Martinez, and waiting in the wings, Ken Griffey Jr.
That's the one you don't want to see right there. But you got to get by this man right here. 5-2 Sox, 2 out here in the top of the ninth. There goes the runner. He's going to let him go, and a strike. Pitch low, 1-1 to count.
You got that right. They are diehard, those guys out there.
That's in the center field, Lance. Good jump going back. He just looks up. This is going to be at the base of the fence. Here comes Valley. Here comes Reynolds. This is a 5-4 game with a tying run at second.
Martinez just smokes this one. Oh, he got all of this pitch. Let's take a look at the replay. Fastball tailing right over the middle of the plate and down. And you can see the nice swing. Look at the side view of it. That's stiff front side right there on contact. Back heel off the ground. And he made that good contact in front of home plate. And they're going to walk him.
Ball gets away from Marullo, so that'll be a pass ball. So now Martinez in the third. Oh, Lordy. Kevin Mitchell on deck. So runners at the corners with 2 gone. 5-8-1 for the Sox, 4-8-2 for the Mariners. Mitchell 0 for 4 tonight. Couple of strikeouts. He's 1 for 11 in the series. Hard hit. Robin over to Sachs. Yes! Mitchell, hardest hit ball he has hit in the series, right to Ventura. Sox win it 5-4. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.